saying something about traditional and untraditional.
Yeah, in a lot of respects, you're a very traditional Sifu. In a lot of respects, you're completely unorthodox. One of the ways you're unorthodox is you don't have the secrecy. You don't keep all those secrets.
Well, that's pretty cool, because that's not what you said before, but that's really cool. I'm really not unorthodox. People just think it's unorthodox because of the way that the teachings are today. My last Sifu was Chen Yan Yu, and at that time I was training for about 17 years when I met Chen Yan Yu. And I couldn't ever understand why he took an interest in me. One of the reasons he took an interest in me was because of the traveling that I was doing to seek out what real martial arts was. At the time, I didn't know what real martial arts was. I mean, I see it very sport-oriented. And all those guys, now you have mixed martial arts, and you have all these different arts that are very aggressive, very violent. I knew it wasn't what was on TV, and people that are just fully contact fighting every day, which are very tough people. But to me, that really wasn't the heart of what martial arts was. When I met Chen Yan Yu in my 17th year, he actually put me into letting me know, the reason he taught me was that I was really on a search for what Shaolin truly was. The idea of Shaolin is to really express who and what you are, not to go into any format, not any structure of any type of art, like say, okay, I do praying mantis, or I do crane, or I do tiger, or I do, now I mix all the martial arts together. Real Shaolin is really truly an expression of who and what you are. It's about finding yourself. And that really has become a lost art. And the reason I trained with so many different Sifus and so many different schools, because I was on this journey. And when I met Chen Yan Yu as being my last, really my last teacher, I stayed with him, I guess, for a couple of years. And we were out driving one day, and he said, the reason I teach you is because you have the ability to really teach what the martial arts really is. It's really not just about, of course it's very dangerous, you know, when you get to understand who you are and you express yourself. And that's all taken for granted. And, you know, like, and there's different aspects of that art when you watch, like, the full contact fighting, and these people just training for 18 hours a day. Of course those people are very tough people. But the art is really about your heart. And it's really about how you express yourself within it. And it's true combat. So it's different than fighting in a ring or fighting in a particular system of our style of fighting. It's really about expressing who and what you are. So in the beginning, everything is Kung Fu. You know, you could be a piano player and master that piano playing, or a violinist, or very good at your job, or investing in money. That's all Kung Fu, because that's all energy and time. So all martial arts is Kung Fu, which just means energy and time. So everything to me, in any martial art, no matter where you're coming from, or whatever range or level that you're at, and whatever you're doing it for, whether it's to make money, or to do full contact fighting, or to make movies, that's all a level of foundation of Kung Fu. But to develop into Shaolin, really what Shaolin is supposed to represent is an expression of who and what you are. And that's what makes it so unique. It's like Bruce Lee's Jeet Kune Do was really something that he was able to teach to everybody, but the one who really had it was Bruce Lee, because it was his Jeet Kune Do. That's Shaolin. That was his Shaolin. And what he developed from that was from years of Wing Chun and other types of training that came into Shaolin, his expression. And most people, I think, that are really practitioners will say, of, let's say, the art Jeet Kune Do, will tell you that you need, especially the ones that are higher up in the art, you need a very strong foundation to really grasp what even Bruce Lee was doing as Jeet Kune Do. To me, that was his expression of Shaolin.